Hey, what is up, guys? Butter Something here, and this is Mag Dump episode 3. Today, we got a podcast with Nikitta and some of the Russian community for Escape from Tarkov. They went through a lot, so I'm just going to kind of have my breakdown of the notes that I took for this, and we're going to kind of go through everything and discuss what they did. I do have some background gameplay for you guys to go ahead and watch while you're listening. Unfortunately, there's no sound because I messed up, but that one's on me. Essentially, there's a bit of backlash, I guess, on Twitter for the most part, where a lot of people are saying, this game's really hard, I don't want to deal with it, so on and so forth. And to that, they kind of say, it's a hardcore game. We expect it to be hard. That's what we're going for. So if you think it's hard, essentially don't play it. They don't really say it as harsh as that, but it definitely is what they say. So they don't want to have their vision ruined, and we've known this for a while. If you've played Escape from Tarkov for at least a year, you know what their vision is. You know what you're going to do, what you kind of expect from this game. So the next thing they went into talking about was the team that's working on building maps. And what they mean by the team that's working on building maps are the drafters, the people that are going to do the polys on it, if that makes any sense to you guys. They go and talk about they have 33 people working on just that team of just going in, placing polys, doing the charts, so on and so forth, of what it's going to potentially look like in the end. So they go through the whole, this is what we want, this is what you have to work with, can you make it happen? And that's kind of the team that they have to be able to do that. There's still no dynamic loot spawns, and they kind of talked about that. They can change what spawns in certain areas, but they can't necessarily make it so that something that was a GPU one time is now a Zippo lighter. So they're working on getting that fixed, and working and getting kind of a they're trying to get over the limitation, essentially. It's just not programmed for that. So right now, we've had a lot of things be removed from the game, like the tri-zip stacking, so on and so forth. And I have another video that's pretty much going to go over what I expect to happen next. And most of these limitations, as they said, are coming from real money traders. So what that is people will go in and they'll pay $20 to get a sick case. It's probably not that expensive, but I don't know. I don't do it. So they'll pay real money to get these items, and then that ruins the game for everybody else and the economy, so on and so forth. The next thing they went into is they keep getting kind of requests from the community as a whole to nerf certain ammo types and bring them down. So like the Asval, honestly, has just gotten so much more hurry up. I want to delete, I want to not have the Asval be so meta. But if you remove one meta, another meta is going to take over it anyway. So it doesn't really matter. There's nothing we can really do about meta. Meta is always going to be a thing. It is in every single game. That's just how it is. It's unfortunate, but that's just how it is. Some people only use meta, and it is what it is. So the next thing they did talk about is they say that they have guns coming in 12.7. I don't know if these are going to be in 12.7, but based on the podcast translation, looks like it's coming in 12.7. The UMP, the Vector, the Lapua, the 338 Lapua, and I think that's LAPUA, and then the MK18. I don't know if they're just messing around or what, but they do say that they did. I guess there was a translation that said that the Lapua was kind of just started off as a meme. So, but it looks like it's going to be there. They went into talking about Streets of Tarkov, got really, really excited about this. We didn't get a lot of information, unfortunately, but they did say that with Streets of Tarkov, they're essentially done with the map. They're just working on the finer details of things. So that being said, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're getting it, next week or anything like that, but it means that it's still being worked on, and they are definitely close. They did talk about the the map overall, like the everything essentially, like map wise, if I got that correct, essentially, if the translation is good, is placed. So like Lighthouse, everything on that map has a little placeholder on it. So it has like a building placeholder, like a flat square that says, "Oh, this is going to be a house Z1245," and they have a file for that, so on and so forth. They went into talking about labs. So labs is going to be the way that it was translated was kind of bad, and then the follow-up question was kind of bad, so it was a little confusing. But the way that it sounds like to me is 100% you'll need to access labs from Streets of Tarkov. So that'll be the only way to get into labs. But there are multiple entrances on Streets of Tarkov to be able to enter the labs location. You do not extract directly from labs. You need to extract labs onto Streets of Tarkov and then survive through Streets of Tarkov to actually get that loot as found in raid. So it's gonna be a little iffy, but it is what it is. They did say it's gonna be a hardcore game, so that's something that we kind of have to live with, and I'm kind of excited, but at the same time I'm a little worried about it. Obviously I want the game to succeed and have a great player base, but you never know. They then talked about the next wipe. They said 0.12.9. But if not, there's gonna 110% be a wipe on 0.13. 12.7 is definitely getting customs again. I do have a customs video as well that I will link in the description. They talked about private servers, and then with these, it's not necessarily going to be, oh, do you want to be on a private server? And you can, beta test our beta test, essentially. They're going to have select people that are going to be doing that. So what I assume is it'll probably be how many hours you have, how many, like if you're a Sherpa, it all depends on probably mostly how long you've been playing and what your track record is for leaking stuff. Like my track record, I got GTA 5 early and I leaked it on PlayStation 4. So like, I don't know if I would get that, but I mean, it's definitely something I wouldn't do again because it was stupid. It'll jumpstart something and then you'll just be screwed for the rest of it. But I've gotten beta codes even after that incident, so it is what it is. They did talk about another DLC. There's definitely other DLCs, like a weather DLC for snow, and then the scav DLC that we have, which is going to be like the not necessarily the barter, but like the karma system for the scavs. So that's going to be a thing. They talked about a sniper DLC, and this will actually give you a separate trader from everybody else that does not have this. So I assume you'll get special like Mosin and like M700, not barrels or necessarily like chassis and attachments, so on and so forth. And maybe you'll even get them earlier than other people. Or maybe that sniper DLC will make it so you get a ghillie suit after you complete all of his quests. I don't know. But ghillie suit would be nice, am I right? As a sniper, I'm right, 100%. They talked about clans. They're in the plans, but they have no definitive, yes, we're definitely going to do it this way or that way. They're just being planned and kind of walked through, essentially. The next thing they did go and talk about is they have the next the next implementation of Steam Audio, but they also said that right now it's very CPU heavy. So since it's very CPU heavy, they're trying to get that fixed and get it, to where it's not eating everything on your machine. The next thing they talked about is the return or takeaway, rather, of 7N3 and BS. They're still working on it, I think, but it is going to be returning soon. They think that they found the bug and they're patching it, and hopefully it'll be in 12.7. They also said that the 12.7 patch notes are going to be released sometime next week, meaning 7.5 through I think 7.13, July 7th, or sorry, July 5th through the 13th. So, or sorry, the 11th. So that'll be exciting. We'll be able to at least see the patch notes and see kind of what they've updated, what they're taking away, what they're adding. Because we already know they're getting customs. And like I said, I'm going to put the video link below for that customs expansion. I pretty much walk through what I expect it to look like and how it's pretty much going to hopefully look. They did talk about Raid Episode 4, and they said that that's coming sometime soon. But, soon TM. They added a new ammo. It might be 9x19, might be 9x18, but it's 7N21. I don't know if this is going to have high armor pen or high flesh damage or maybe just tracers, but they're adding that. They are looking for talent, so I assume they're looking for voice actors, and I mean, that would be my only thing, is they're probably looking for voice actors, but they might also be looking for, just game developers and so on and so forth. So I don't know if that's a thing that you guys are interested in, but definitely reach out to their HR department. I wouldn't mind voicing some myself, but my voice is definitely not a good voice for any of the military professionals in this game, that's for sure. They might add some new music to the game, not right now, but they're talking about it. Voice over IP. I know that last time we've talked about voice over IP, they said, oh, we don't want it. It's going to ruin the game, yada, yada. They want to add it, but they need to make sure that they add it safely enough to where it's not going to screw all of the community for the most part, with hate comments, so on and so forth. They don't want any, bad media for their game. They want to add cancel animations. So like when you use a Serve 12 kit, they want you to be able to drop it. They also want you to be able to do multi animations. They want you to be able to check your mag. And if it's low, they want you to be able to have an animation that goes ahead and empties the clip or go and starts filling up the clip. So I think that'd be pretty cool, just in my opinion. They are lowering the overall strength requirement, if that makes sense, like the leveling requirement. So like right now you need like 45 kilos, which is 90 pounds. They're actually going to be lowering that, from my understanding, to 28 kilos, which is hard. Math is hard, but I think it's like 56 pounds. So, 56 pounds is a lot. Obviously, you're distributing it evenly, so it's not, as bad, but pretty heavy. And I think that's good. I think that'll definitely make it so that you're not getting strength level 2 5 weeks into wipe this guy. So hopefully that helps. Scav runs super freaking excited about this one, boys. So right at the beginning, scavs are going to be super nice, but you always have an empty inventory right at the beginning of the wipe. So if you have a scav and you don't have an empty inventory, they're actually going to give you like a place to play with your inventory. You're going to be able to drag and drop stuff, move it around, so on and so forth, to be able to get all that scav gear off. And you're also going to be able to sell it at that scav screen directly to traders. So they're working on that. I'm super excited about this. I'm hoping it's not going to come as a DLC. I'm hoping it's just going to be a main feature, but that is going to be sick. And one of the last things that they kind of mentioned is that there's going to be an ability to change your PMC's face. And then the very last thing, changing your face, cool. I guess you'll kind of have, maybe they want talent for your faces, guys. If you're a good looking dude, go ahead and send your mugshot to Battlestate Games. What you're going to have to do. And the last thing is they're talking that they may potentially next week 7.5 to 7.11, which is next week, doing a Battlestate Games podcast. So definitely make sure that you guys see that. I'm assuming it's going to be on YouTube, on their official page, so definitely make sure that you guys are following them on YouTube. But that is all the news I have for you guys today. I do want to thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, and don't forget to clap those cheeks on your way out. And I will see you guys on the next one.